Hi, I'm Peter from Coffee Parts, and today we're looking at Fiorenzato's top of the range grinders, the F83Es. What makes these grinders a little bit different to other grinders is the screen. Through the controls here, you can really dive in quite deeply. So looking into the menu, you got your single and double, and in this case on this grinder, you're adjusting it by time. Now, you can have it so it's single, double, and triple if you wanted to have 3 different volumes, and you can have it show the time on each of these, plus you can have it showing statistics on the top right-hand corner. To do that, just go into the menu, and you can set whether you want to show grind times, we can turn that on. Whether you want to show statistics, and we've got manual grinding turning on too. And whether you want to show your triple dose, which we can turn on as well. So now you can see the 3 doses, you can see the times, 2 seconds, 4 and 6 seconds on each. You've also got grind on demand, so just by pressing that, you can turn that off. And you've got the statistics up here. Now you can have the statistics on or off. It might be that you don't want people in the cafe knowing just how many coffees are being done a day, or you can make it so you do want to see, maybe to encourage them, or just so you can get a bit more of a feel for what's going on. Going back in, you've also got the usual things, which is like your display brightness, your contrast, like light and dark mode, time, date, language, etc. Going back, and if you go back into that menu again, another thing you got is your grinding mode. So with the grinding modes, when you dive into it, what you can do is you can have it so when you press a single, it grinds single, or when you press a double, it grinds double. Or you could change it so when you press one of those buttons, single or double, then when the portafilter hits that, it activates whatever last button you press. Or you can have it so it's actually the switch that activates it. So when you push in your portafilter once for single, give it 2 little pushes for double, or you can have it completely manual. Completely up to you, which is really cool. That gives you the option to really work in whichever way you want to work. Now, that's on this grinder, which is grind by time. On this grinder here, it's exactly the same, but you're now grinding by weight. And one thing Fiorenzato have done differently is, effectively, they're not weighing the portafilter and trying to tower it and then work out how much coffee's gone into it. What they've done is, when you actually put in the portafilter in, that portafilter is actually mounted to the base. What they're weighing is actual everything from here on up. So the scale and the coffee in the hopper. Effectively, when you grind, the coffee in the hopper is going down and going to end up in your portafilter. And what it's doing is it's weighing the whole unit, and when it reduces by 20 grams or whatever grams you've set it at, it's stopping the grinder. Now for this to work, there's a couple things that have to happen. The grinder needs to be on a level, flat bench. So just say you're on a really busy main road where there's a lot of vibrations, it might not be the grinder for you. Or in a really busy outdoor cafe that's windy, could also not be the grinder because the wind can throw it off a little bit. But if you're on a solid bench, stable environment, it really is cool because it's quicker to activate. And what it does is at the end of every shot, it actually tells you what the weight was. So just say you wanted 20 grams, but you ground 20.5 grams, it will tell you. And every so often, if it is a bit wrong, it will go through and recalibrate itself. On this side here, if there is movement, let's just try to shake the bench. It will get 2 little arrows there, and what it's showing is there's a bit of movement, so it's not completely stable. If those 2 arrows are not there, it's showing you that the environment is stable. Now we've stopped moving. It will take a little bit of time to just reset itself. Now arrows have gone away, so now it's back to being stable. When those arrows are there, it means there's wind or there's vibration on your bench or something like that, and the grinder still works, but it's not as optimum performance. The other thing you'll notice is you got your weight, so 20 grams on the bottom, but on the top you have the weight of the last shot, the actual weight. In this case, it's showing quite a low weight because before this video, we were dialing it in, we actually ran out of coffee. And every so often, if you get the little blue indicators here, it's recalibrating. This normally happens if you've, to say, changed your weight on your coffee. You've gone from 20 grams and you dialed in a bigger weight. So to change the weight, it's super easy. Just like on the timer model, you just press here on a double. We'll just go bring it down to 19. We press home again. We're on home, we want 19. So obviously the first 3 coffees after this, It's gonna grind, it may over or undershoot, and it's gonna learn and then be stable from there on in. When that happens, it will show a blue marker on top. So let's grind, and we're aiming for 19. We've just set 19 in. So in this case, it more than likely may overshoot because we've just changed the weight. So this one was 18.5. So this one will probably be one more learning. So that was 19 spot on. So it's showing you 19, it's in green, it's ready to go. We had it at 20 grams, we moved it to 19. It took 3, found itself calibrated, because it's working out the weight minus the weight going out, and it just learns it pretty quickly. So the F83 uses a 1.5 kilo hopper, which is the same as the whole range, same as the F64 and the F71, which is cool because if you wanted to bank up these grinders, at least it keeps the look consistent. You might have, call it one for decaf, one for single origin, and one for your main blend. Dialing in this grinder, you just press the lock mechanism down here, and then you go counterclockwise for finer and clockwise for coarser. It really is simple, and it's stepless, so you can move it to the nth degree. Another cool thing about these grinders is Fiorenzato paired up with another manufacturer called Puck, who builds electronic tampers, and effectively built a puck that fits perfectly under the Fiorenzato range. And what that means is you can now grind, in this case by time, and then go straight into your puck and tamp it correctly. If you put the puck under the grind bar weight, then you really get that workflow of you grinding perfectly whatever grammage you want, call it 20 grams, and then tamping perfectly whatever weight you want, call it 20 kilos. So you put in your portafilter, in this case by time, grind out, and then tamp 20 kilos. Or if you're here, you grind, call it 20 grams, and tamp out 20 kilos. It does really make the workflow a lot easier. And it's cool to see manufacturers pair up and build products that give the end user a better experience and do look well together. Let me know in the comments below, do you have any questions on these grinders or any of the range, or do you just own one and want to let me know you've got one? We've also done a video on the rest of the range, the F64 Evo and the F71 EK. So if you wanted to look at those other two grinders, you can jump in and look at those videos independently. And we've done a video on the range, so having all three on the table and just talking about the differences. And like always, if this video has brought you value, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Thank you, and see you on the next video.